Hi, this is Jim Creamer. I am the president of Swift Loan Funding, and what I wanted to do today is show you what the benefit actually looks like by eliminating your FHA mortgage insurance. If you took a look at one of my previous videos, hopefully the video that would be included with the typical link with this email, I walk you through how to go right to the HUD website and look at the rules for HUD's cancellation of mortgage insurance. In summary, HUD requires, or HUD will automatically cancel your mortgage insurance after about 11 years. Some people think it's when you have 20% equity. Not true. Some people think 3 to 5 years. Not true. If you saw that link in the previous one of my previous emails, you'll be able to see exactly how to look at how HUD cancels your FHA mortgage insurance premium. Okay, so let's take a look at the benefit of getting rid of your mortgage insurance premium. Now, the reality is that mortgage insurance premiums are going to last maybe up to 11 years, depending on how you pay your mortgage. If you just chug along paying your regular mortgage payment, yes, it's going to take 11 years in order to cancel that payment. So what we're looking at in terms of comparisons here are 2012 loans that are done under the FHA, and in 2012, FHA charged as much as 1.5% in addition to your current mortgage rate in the form of mortgage insurance. So you could be thinking that you have 3.75%, but when you add a 1.5 onto that for the mortgage insurance, you're actually paying 5.25%. And guess what? You're going to be doing that for about 10 or 11 years, and rates at the moment are lower than that. So you can actually be saving money, and that's the purpose of this, is to show you how that actually happens. So what we're going to do is play a little game here. We're going to assume that you bought your home for $330,000 about 18 months ago. Your loan now is paid down to $321,000. Now, the value of the property currently, if you were to get an appraisal, would be $350,000, but that's not relevant for the cancellation of your mortgage insurance because FHA doesn't go off of current appraised value. So let's say you're 18 months in, you're at $321,000 current principal balance, your rate was 4%, but because of the mortgage insurance add-on, your APR actually is over 4%, it's like 4.8%. Now on a 30-year loan, with your mortgage insurance payment and your principal and interest payment, your total payment's $1,962. Now what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to lower that payment, get rid of the mortgage insurance. The basic assumption with this is that people are going to either wait until their mortgage insurance expires, or they were thinking they were going to wait until it expired, and they're just going to ride the loan out for the remainder of the term of the loan. In this case, since you're 18 months into the loan, you have 28 and a half years left on the mortgage payment. Now, a new mortgage, same principal balance. So when we do a new mortgage, the whole concept behind this is that this doesn't cost any money. As a result of that, the principal balance of the new loan stays the same as the payoff balance for your old loan. Now, if the rate's the same, and currently they are about the same, APR is a little bit lower only because there's no cost, there's no mortgage insurance. It's still a 30-year loan. The payment, though, is $1,500. Because there's no mortgage insurance, it's actually a full $430 less than what you're paying. Now, you could pocket this money every single month and just enjoy an extra $430, but since you weren't planning on doing that in the first place, the idea behind this is that you plug this money back into the loan. Now, the mortgage insurance on this loan is going to last for another 7 to 10 years based on where you're at left in the mortgage. So what if we just paid this extra $430 for the next 7 to 10 years? And then after that period, these two mortgages being equal, what would it look like? Well, that's what we're going to do. So let's jump into this more information button and take a look at the reinvestment strategy. What it's saying is this: you have 7.17 years left paying mortgage insurance for a total payment of $1,962 a month. If you keep chugging along with this loan, even after the expiration of the mortgage insurance, this payment's going to go down to around $1,500. You're going to have 28.58 years left on the mortgage. Now, the proposed restructure, keeping the principal balance the same, is going to have a principal and interest payment, no mortgage insurance needed on this one, of $1,531, almost $1,532. Now let's take a look at this custom button. It's saying that we're going to plug in the savings for the next 87 months. So that's the 7.17 years. After the 86th month, we're not going to put the mortgage insurance savings back in, because after the 87 months, the old payment mortgage is about $1,500, new payment mortgage is about $1,500. But because you've been paying so much, $430 a month for the last 86 months, there's huge savings, and I'm going to point a few of those things out. First of all, if you were to ride the restructured loan out to the end, you only have to pay you're going to pay the loan off in almost 25 years. That's about 3.5 years savings. So if you were to grab a calculator and plug those numbers in, so let's take the approximately $1,500 a month payment for either one. They're about the same. But 3.5 years is 42 months. So if you're knocking 3.5 years off, it means you're knocking off 42 months. Well, you knock off 42 months and you're saving $63,000 just in that 42-month period. But that's not the only savings. Because you're paying an extra $430 a month, their savings in the first 5 years, their savings in the first 15 years. Here's the savings in the first 15 years. If you just continue on, you're going to pay your loan balance down to $197,000, almost $198,000 in 15 years. However, with the restructure, you're going to pay that principal balance down to $148,000. That's another $50,000 savings on top of the $63,000 savings. The savings just keeps piling up. So let's take a look at a couple of the different sections on this analysis. The short-term 5-year outlook shows a 5-year savings of $25,000. That's because you're knocking down principal really fast, you're paying less interest overall, so you're saving $25,000 in interest over just the next 5 years. The bottom right section, we already looked at this. Your principal balance is going to get knocked down considerably, so you're only going to pay $140,000 in interest over 15 years. But if you stick with what you have, you're going to pay $190,000 in interest. There's the $50,000 savings. That's why your principal balance on the screen that we looked at previously was $50,000 lower, because you're paying $50,000 less in interest. So it's kind of a no-brainer. It even works if the interest rate is a little bit higher than what your current rate is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect the information from you and run your numbers exactly, so we know exactly what your savings is, and then you can kind of sleep on it and decide what the best course of action is for you. But 9 times out of 10, the savings is substantial, and it's exciting to see, and it's kind of a no-brainer. You realize you should be doing this in the first place. So I thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for taking the time to look at this video. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to call me. You can click the green button above, or you can use the numbers here and get a hold of me. Thanks again.